You're here because of one of two things. You either want to have anal, but she doesn't, or you've never had it, but you're curious. I got you. In this video, I'll tell you everything you need to know to prepare for it, enjoy it, and get your partner up for it. I'm Magda K, your sex and relationship coach, and I post a new video here every Thursday to help you improve your intimate life. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. First, let's talk about pleasure. You may wonder if the anus even feels good when stimulated, and yes, it does. First, our whole bodies are one big erogenous zone. A woman, if she's open, can have an orgasm from any part of her body. And the anus specifically has a lot of nerve endings, so of course it can provide deep sensations. Also, when you enter her anus, you're pressing on the perineal sponge. This is the same area that feels really nice when you tease the entry to the vagina, her perineum, or the back wall just a bit up from the entrance. That area offers a deep feeling of pleasure. It's very different than the pleasure that comes from the clitoris. This feels grounded, like you're anchoring her. As for the man, the pleasure usually comes from two things. First, the pleasure of doing something forbidden, dirty. And second, tightness. However, often the anus doesn't actually feel tighter than the vagina. It depends woman to woman. The entrance to the anus will be tight, but inside it's often looser. So I've heard from men that they love the tightness of the ass. And I've heard from men that it doesn't really feel much better than the pussy. Now, it takes time to open up. If she's had it many times, her anus is used to this stimulation. But if she's new, it takes time, a lot of time. It will take time to loosen her up before you can put your penis in, and it will take a few tries before her body becomes comfortable with it. It helps to kiss and lick her anus and generally relax her whole body. Use a finger, but don't put it directly in like this. Slide it in and then push it. When you just try to put it in, the anus muscles contract. You also need to remember that if it's a new thing, you can't thrust with full force. And for some men, the whole process of opening up isn't really worth it because of that. It's something you have to see for yourself, but it's good to keep in mind because, like many other things, it's represented a certain way in porn, but it doesn't necessarily reflect the reality. You've probably seen in porn men just pounding her, but in real life, you have to build to that. Now, what about the pain? Well, the truth is it does hurt. The muscles are stretched, and even though they're designed to stretch, it doesn't mean you can just force the muscle to open. It takes time to relax. This muscle instinctively wants to close. I mean, it's designed like this so we don't, leak. And there's the general feeling of discomfort. Something is going up your ass. And when you thrust, when you move it out, and especially when you take your penis out fully, it kind of does feel like pooping. And for her, this may simply not be a nice experience. Again, the more experience she has, the less pain and the less discomfort there is. So if she's aroused, used to it, and wants it, then generally it will be a pleasant experience for her and you. Now, the next thing is lubrication. And this is very important because for anal, you need lubrication. The anus doesn't naturally lubricate, or not the way that the vagina does. And so you need lube for the entry. Saliva is good, but it may often not be enough. And it's not just the lube to enter her, it's also for the thrusting because it dries out. So going in and out will not feel as pleasant when she gets dry. Using condoms can make it easier because these are naturally lubricated already, but in many cases, this won't be enough either, so you still want to kind of use both, right? Have the condom, add the lube, making it even smoother. And on the note of condoms, there are special, thicker condoms designed for anal play. Next, the big question. Is it dirty? Look, you may have heard not to worry about the poop because there's no poop in the rectum. Well, not true. Depends on her poop. Generally speaking, there shouldn't be any, but there may be, and there may be simply some residue. So if you want to try anal, here's my advice. Start by licking and eating her ass. Then you can add your tongue, putting it in a bit. Finally, play with fingers or anal toys. We have butt plugs and butt beads and lots of other things. Now, why? This makes her feel more comfortable with ass play in general. It will allow her to open to anal pleasure and to feel comfortable with any residue that may still be inside or on the edges of her anus. You get a chance to show her that you accept her ass and anything that comes with it, and that will help her open up for full anal penetration. Making a woman feel comfortable, accepted, and safe is the key to keeping her sexually satisfied, and that's not just true for the anal. I speak more about it in my course, Female Sexuality Decoded. It is honestly the best course out there that teaches you what women really need in the bedroom. Because I'm sure you've seen women operate differently. And maybe you've been confused why she doesn't get turned on when you do something that should work. Something that worked on other women, right? Or maybe even on her in the past. Every month, I work with men helping them decode what turns women on. And once you understand it, you'll be shocked how easy it is. It all makes sense. You just have to understand it. And this is what I teach you inside Female Sexuality Decoded. So check the link below if you want to become a true master lover. Okay, now back to anal and whether it's dirty. Washing the anus and a bit inside is always a great idea. And she may go to the toilet and simply check, literally put her finger in and see. And, on some days it may be clean, good to go. On others, not. So let her tell you when. Now that takes me directly to the conversation about hygiene, because hygiene is essential. So this is super important. Do not ever go from her ass to her pussy. And I know this can be super sexy to have her blow your cock right after you penetrated her ass, or used your finger. But again, remember, there are bacteria that may not be good to go in her, your pussy or her mouth. So wash your cock with soap, not just water, or use a condom. If you don't, you can actually cause a serious